Michael Boyd. I'm chatting with Jeanine, Roza, and Cindy Kirsh. Actually, we're doing a hangout chat. If you're not familiar with them, it's a great way to communicate with people who aren't in the same building as you. So hello, Jeanine and Cindy.
Hello, Michael.
Hey, Mike.
Now, I heard a rumor you guys have been doing jumping jacks and exercise. Get ready for this, am I right?
Oh, yeah.
No. Really?
Energy. You get energy.
We want to get ready to hang out. We're ready.
Well, for anyone who's just tuning in, we've had some technical difficulties with a bandwidth or some error, we don't know. But we'll try it. This is a new technology, and we're taking advantage of it. One of the things I admire about Cindy and Jeanine is they really want to take advantage of the latest technologies to help their clients, because they both work at Coldwell Banker in Midtown.
Yep.
And you work exclusively as a team, correct?
We do.
We do.
We do.
For the most part, when I like her.
They're exclusively for the most part. Kind of like being a little bit pregnant?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Kind of like that. Well, the thing is the...
It doesn't matter, right?
Okay.
But you are a team that if people want one of you, they get both of you, and you work.
Exactly. We're a team, Michael, through and through.
What makes you guys a special team?
Me. I guess so.
Absolutely. I say with the team, as you know, life has gotten really fast, especially with the technology, and we do want to stay up with technology because of the speed of which information is coming at us. And with that said, it's important that we can sometimes divide and conquer as well as collaborate, and we find that really maximizes opinions, results for our clients, and that we're not spread thin. So
I don't want this to evolve into a commercial just yet, so let me change topic.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's not your fault. We're chatting. I mean, this is what we do, right? We interrupt each other and talk over each other and learn about each other.
Mm-hmm.
So, when you were girls lying in bed, I doubt either of you thought, gee, when I grow up, I'm going to be a realtor. Am I right?
True.
Correct.
True.
Very few people do I know who became what they thought they would be. So I've got two questions for you if you want to answer them.
Okay.
One, what was it when you were a little girl you wanted to be? And two, what brought you to real estate?
Okay.
Okay, I'll go first.
Okay.
I wanted to be a teacher, and I don't know, I didn't get to that. I wound up being a dental hygienist for 26 years prior to real estate, and then, you know, things changed for me in dental hygiene as far as competitive, repetitive motion. So I had some physical problems with my hands. So anyway, wound up that I've always been told I should be in real estate, and I thought I'll try my hand at it. So here I am.
Okay.
I love it.
I, on the other hand, when I was little, I went through various stages of what I wanted to be: surgical nurse, nun. Seriously, at one point, but I really have always been drawn to connecting with people. But I was actually, when I was little, did think about real estate because my dad used to put us in a car and go look at a bunch of properties that we couldn't afford, and he was bit by the real estate bug pretty early, though he never went into it. And I kind of, you know, picked up on that. I kind of really wanted to be a real estate agent since college, but went down the business route and then came back to it. So
all of your skills then really are required in what you're doing. That's one of the great things about real estate, I think. It really can require a lot of different skills.
True.
Everything from psychology to job counseling, I'm sure.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
I've always thought it's an honorable position, job. I did real estate in LA for years. And the thing I liked about it is you're really helping people realize their dreams. It's not just a job.
Right. It's true. And connecting them with, you know, exactly what they want and having that banter back and forth. It really, you know, you become very connected with your clients in that respect.
There's not a big difference. When we're doing real estate, there's not a big difference of who we are as people and what we're doing. It's just like taking care of a family member. It's a huge, big, important moment in their life. And as much as you can say it's about a contract and anything else, it's also too, they're opening up their home, their haven, and there's a big loss of control and a lot of what is involved. So there's a lot more than just tangible objects. So we take it pretty seriously, and we like to have fun when we're doing it too.
I think one of the things, one of the things I like about Google Hangouts and the whole change in technology, we're moving away from talking people into anything, and when we're learning about who they are, we're connecting better now with people, I think, than we have. And I think something like Google Hangout really helps us to connect people differently. You agree?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. The other day, Cindy was going through a contract visually with somebody through
awesome.
video.
Awesome. I said, like they can see what I was doing, I could see what they were doing. It was like I was in the room with them and they were out of town, which was even more awesome. So that was, we were able to connect and feel like we were both doing the same thing at the same time. That was great.
When I first got into real estate, I remember a lot of agents were walking around going, "What's this email thing? What is this?" Like, "Oh yeah, I have 80 emails. Like, yeah, I'm gonna respond to them." I think it's really, I love technology, and so does Cindy. It's been great to see how it's evolved, giving people more information up front. But now, with Google Hangouts, the ability to collaborate in such a interpersonal way is great. Instead of just a document, it lifts things off the pages, and that protects, our clients better, and communication's key.
I think that's really key, that technology, when we first started in the computer age, was making us work better, smarter maybe, but now we're learning we maybe can be efficient, but that isn't enough. We have to connect with people, which is the reason I do these Hangouts. I like people to get to know those people they might want to do business with. And the more you watch or read about marketing, the more you realize that is the new wave. It's no longer just talking to people in ads. It's listening to people, hearing their story too. So I'm really happy you guys are doing this. It shows you get it. You care about people.
Well, it's important because anyone can have an ad. Let's just be honest about that. And as much as we're connecting with all this technology, it's really easy to also lose that personal edge if you're not using it in a way that is personable. And anyone can come and say, "Oh, you can get that price for your home," but just as important, Cindy and I always say, is the right fit of that person is key.
Yeah,
it's
sometimes
just as
more so
important.
important.
It's key.
Do you have either of you think? Can you think of a favorite story, real estate story, that really captures how you feel about it? Someone who really benefited maybe from your services? I'm sorry, I know I didn't prep you for that question.
No, that's fine. It's funny because each one is such an individual, and I think that I can't break it down to one specific one. I can say that our approach and how we do our business is important to who we are as people. When I first bought my home, and Cindy shares the same sentiments because we've talked about that, is that I didn't know what I was doing, and I was really in the passenger seat, kind of going, "Where are we going? Signs, signs, signs." And I really felt out of control of a really important moment for me. And once I got my license, and Cindy shared the same ideas, is that, "Oh, I could have done that," or "I didn't know about that," or "Oh, that's what that was about," or the agent wasn't even present in the car because they were busy making phone calls doing other business when I was right there. And we tend to think that's a golden moment to really talk to people. And so we've kind of laid the groundwork that we try to give everything
differently.
Yeah, we try to give everything that we never got and wish that we had now that we know what we do.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah.
I mean, we usually, like, when we have new clients, even if they've purchased homes before, we bring them into our office. We do kind of an intake where they interview us, we interview them, and tell them how we work, and actually go through the contract with them, because even if they've bought a home, it might be 10, 15 years ago, things have changed. We just kind of like to get them up to speed on the market and really feel like we've educated them along the way. To us, education is key, and being a knowledgeable buyer, seller, or about anything in general. It's important to have that knowledge behind you, and then you feel you can make educated decisions with it.
True, and what works for them, and we tend to have fun when we're doing it too, but we're completely serious about the serious parts that we need to do. Yeah, absolutely.
And I love the idea of trying to make sure you work well with the people that you're going to be working with, that you're going to be serving. Years ago, I took a course with Ron Sutton for the Small Business Resource Center, and I was really put off guard when we had a phone interview, and he said, I wanted to meet you in person to make sure we're a good fit. And I thought, wait a minute, I thought business people all want your money. And it was so refreshing. You know what I mean? It was so refreshing to have someone say, I may not want to work with you, or you may not want to work with me. Let's make sure we're a good team. And that's really, I get the sense that's what you two are about.
It's reciprocal.
Yeah, and we even give people that option. We say, look, you know, after we visit with you, and we'll take you out to see 1 or 2 homes, and you know, if it doesn't work for you, and we're not the type of agent that you're looking for, or vice versa, you know, it definitely is reciprocal, and it works well for us.
And we've been, I'd say, really fortunate too. And I think the biggest compliment that we get is that we're probably 98% referred. We have a lot of people coming back to us and referring to their family, their friends, and it just, and then we feel even
more invested
because we feel like even if they send someone to use us as an agent, that we also have them as a client as well.
Exactly.
So we take it very seriously, and you know, sometimes people think, oh, you just put a sign in the lawn and go directly to the bank. I don't know why people have that impression, but it's a lot of work. We love it, and we want to protect anyone who's our client.
So shifting gears a little bit then, I know you work very hard, but I hope you play hard also. What do you guys do when you're not at work?
I love to cook.
Yes, he loves to cook.
I always say, you know, if I've got bills to do, or you know, something that I don't want to do, that's when you'll have the best meal in my house, because that's my avoidance tactic. No, it just takes me away. I really enjoy cooking, love to travel, so those are my probably top 2.
And whenever she's trying to avoid and cooking a good meal, I happen to just be stopping by, and you know, I happen to be waiting in the wings, because she's an amazing cook. I will say that. Me, not so much. But
you do have my cell phone number, I hope, if you need another mouth to help out. I'm always available to you.
Okay.
She is fantastic, and I tend to, I love art. I love walking my dog. It's probably one of my favorite pastimes, is just walking out my door. Sacramento has great weather, tree-lined streets. It comes alive at night, but certainly if you ever want to meet somebody, just walk out your door and go to any of the parks. So I just love meeting friends for barbecues, and there's so much to do. Pop into town, have a great meal. I mean, that's one of the great things about Sacramento, is that you have this the urban climate downtown, and then it's surrounded by all this residential. And I live in East Sac, so I can just pop in to the city and have fantastic meal, and then pop back home 5 minutes.
Yeah, Sacramento is a great place and easy to get around to a lot of different kinds of neighborhoods, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Very easy. You know, it's interesting, because when I first moved here, I wasn't used to the like ABC streets, 1, 2, 3, you know, and then I'm always counting on my hands. Okay, it's I, and that's the 20th letter of the alphabet. You know, so it's kind of like, as they call it, the grid.
Yeah.
It really is quite simple.
Thank God for the grid, because the first thing I do is I tell my clients I'm navigationally challenged. I just put it right out there. However, it is easy to navigate. The problem in what we do is there's so many great neighborhoods that I can speak for myself, I want to live in each one, because each one has its uniqueness, and for various reasons. We're very lucky in Sacramento. I mean, it's a fabulous place to live.
Couldn't be in a better place for weather either.
And you always say you're 2 hours from everything.
Yeah, no, an hour and a half.
Hour and a half, excuse me.
Yes, an hour and a half from Tahoe, an hour and a half from Napa, an hour and a half from San Francisco. You know, it's like you could be on vacation every other day if you just take a little hour and a half ride.
It's true.
Well, one last question, then we'll wrap it up. What do you do with visitors from out of town? Where do you take them in Sacramento? Or where do you tell them to go if they're on their own?
Tahoe, Napa.
Yeah, Sacramento, not leaving.
Sacramento.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
On
I
that
think
hour
she
and a
just
half.
wants to go on vacation.
Yeah.
I think,
Exactly. There you
yeah,
go.
she wants to go on vacation. Well, when you're in Sacramento, I mean, there's so many great places to see. You have the Sacramento Zoo that's right there in Lamb Park. Capitol. You have the great restaurants to go to. You have McKinley Park, Lamb Park has the rivers, its own golf course. Just taking walks around. There's so many wonderful places. You have Old Town. You have great nightlife. Pretty soon we're going to have a fabulous arena with the Kings, and that's
they do have an old
ground right now.
They have an old underground tour in Sacramento too that shows Sacramento prior in old Sacramento and where how the city was built up from there. Kind of interesting.
Folsom Dam. I mean, there's a
lot, and bike trails. There are bike and walking trails. I think 70 miles of trails from downtown all the way up through Folsom.
Gorgeous.
Really, a great thing to do on the weekends or any day for that matter.
You can see the wildlife. I mean, it's really
lends itself to the outdoors.
Yeah, what I love is that it's just very relaxed and an area that's intimate and easy to connect with people or your environment. And we're known for sometimes with some of the older homes not having as much space as we want, but everyone has a huge backyard when it comes to nighttime in summer. It comes alive and everyone's outdoors. It's fabulous.
We always say that people love East Sacramento, but they, as Jeanine always says, they go to parties and brag about they've got a new extra closet, So I've coined the phrase East Sacrifice. They sacrifice the space for living so close to the city, walkable to restaurants and theaters and just everything. So it really it pays to be in that kind of small environment in the city and then have all of the cultural outside as well as in the city.
Areas too that also have larger lots and can have more space. So there's a little of something for everybody in it. So when someone comes, it really depends upon what they're looking for and what's important to them, because there is something here for everybody. There's also some fabulous dog parks here too, which has been.
Can you tell?
I like the dogs. Sorry, so the dogs.
Yeah, I think we ought to wrap it up.
Okay.
I hope people get a true sense of what you guys are like. I know you're both very funny women, and I didn't ask you or tell you I was going to ask you this either. Do you have a favorite joke or a joke you want to tell?
Do I have a favorite joke?
I'll leave that one to you.
Oh, do I have a favorite joke?
Well, a funny joke. Doesn't have to be a favorite. You don't have to have one. I just thought I'd throw that at you.
It's just a joke all the time.
Yeah, I don't know if I necessarily have a favorite joke, Michael, but I was kind of, if you want to go away, I don't think I have a favorite joke. But
I think with you guys, it isn't so much the canned humor as the spontaneous humor.
Exactly.
I would agree with that. We like to have a lot of fun, and we take what we do to heart. I guess that would sum it up for us.
Clearly. So why don't we give folks who are watching this a little plug for you by telling how they can get in touch with you, and what's the best way to get in touch with you?
Okay. Sindy with an S, that's SINDY, at saconthemove.com, or my phone number is 916-730-7705, or you can go to our website at saconthemove.com.
Very good. I am Roza, R-O-Z-A.
It's Roza with a Z.
Roza with a Z.
Sindy with an S.
Cindy's already done her plug, so Roza, R-O-Z-A, at saconthemove.com, and my number is 916-548-5799.
Terrific. Thank you very much both for being here, and I hope to see you both soon.
Thank you,
Michael. It's great hanging out with you.
Hey, yeah, hanging out. Okay.
See you later. Take care. Bye.
All right, you too. Bye.